If somebody had a friend that they knew they could fight, they'd want to see it, and we'd set up like our matches, you know. And I don't know. I thought it was like a worldwide thing, but I come to find out Miami was like really big on the street fighting. I just thought it was regular, you know.
Masvidal's so good, man. He's fucking smart. He sees things and he can act on things that other guys just either don't have the ability to, or they don't throw themselves in the fire correctly like he does, and then he gets out good. His defense is on point.
He's good at everything.
He stands straight up too. He's got a totally different style. Like when you see Masvidal stand, like he's hardly ever crouching. Dude, he stands straight up. He's got so much confidence in his wrestling, takedown defense, and his striking, and his octagon IQ that when he puts it all together, he's able to fight with his best stand-up stance. You know, he's fighting and he makes you aware very quickly that you're in danger with his hands.
2019 was the year of George Masvidal. Now, first off, I've been following Masvidal. We were fighting together in Bodog back in 2006. I remember the first time I saw this guy. I remember when he came through the curtain. There was just something to Masvidal, right? You got this kid, he's got a tattoo on his neck, he's looking to fist fight anybody out there. I mean, Masvidal just had something special. But the point is, if you were like me and you followed him for this long, or if you just go pull his record up and look at it, you're going to see the year of 2019 was nothing new. George Masvidal has put 3 wins together. George Masvidal's stopped 3 guys. Anything you want to say about George Masvidal that he did in 2019, he has done multiple other times in his career, but he didn't do it in front of as many people. So I do recognize that. And this sport largely is the recognition business. So I get where was the year of George Masvidal. Vince McMahon himself said, I could sell out Madison Square Garden to watch a wrestler take on a mop if I had enough time. Now, the reason that that's a relevant statement, he's a damn good promoter. It's hard enough to fill up in a building doing a real sport. This is a guy who's telling you openly, I don't have a real sport. And you'll fill up any arena in the world.
The combination that you hit him with, you'd hit him with that combination a couple times. Is that something you prepared for?
A lot of techniques, we work them a lot. When he brings me a technique to the table, we're gonna rep it out 1,000 times in a week until he feels that I got it, and then he'll be like, all right, cool. It's there in the tool shed when we need it. So for this fight, he's like, hey, remember that technique? Let's bring it. I go, man, but he's a southpaw. He's like, I'm telling you, the way he's moving, the way he's fighting with you, it's gonna work. So we started doing it, and boom, money.
That's a big knockout. That was a big knockout. Talking shit is fun.
And win or lose, sometimes you have to eat that. Like, what's that kid that...
Ben Askren.
Exactly.
Yeah, flatlines. Yeah.
That was brutal.
And Masvidal said, it's not even over. Masvidal said, listen, he goes, I don't like that dude. He goes, if I see him at Whole Foods, he's getting smacked up.
Oh, shit.
Like, can you imagine the guy flatlines you with the fucking fastest ever KO in UFC history, and he's promising you that if you're looking for Brussels sprouts, he's going to smack you in the face.
Yeah. Oh, man.
There's some guys... Just some guys you do not want to make mad. One of the things he was saying is like all these split decisions, and he was thinking like, why did I lose that fight instead of winning? Because there was a lot of them that are really close.
Yeah.
And he was thinking, well, maybe I could just have done a little bit more and won that fight. And then he said, why am I thinking like a fucking peasant? He goes, why didn't I just knock that motherfucker out? And then all of a sudden he murks Donald Cerrone, murks Darren Till, murks Ben Askren, beats the fuck out of Nate Diaz. Like, he's a different person now, and now he's what he could have been.
Yeah.
He is potential realized. Like, he's at 100%.
I come from humble beginnings, like being raised in Nigeria. We didn't have plumbing, we had to go to the well to get water. Electricity was rare. That's a scarce thing. It's good. It's stressful, but it's good.
Well, I mean, it has to be stressful. You're the king of the hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of things they don't tell you. I know, and it's one of the advice that Rashad gave me early on is make friends with this. Because you get worked up before a fight, or you're backstage before your fight, you're super nervous. The moment you accept that feeling, it's not that big of a burden anymore.
Here's the other thing that happened in 2019. While George Masvidal finally got recognized, to everybody who wasn't in the know as this huge star, everybody who is in the know also got revealed to the fact that Kamaru Usman is one tough son of a bitch. I mean, a lot of people did not understand, and I got to throw myself in that category. I knew he was very good. I knew he was a very good athlete. I mean, he could take his t-shirt off and I could take one look at him and go, okay, here's a guy that's in shape. Wonder what he's good at, but here, something special here. We didn't know quite how good Kamaru was. I mean, is that fair? First he runs through RDA, who used to be world champion. Then he goes right through T Wood at T Wood's own skill, which was wrestling and keeping him down. I mean, this was where we really started to see, whoa, this guy separated himself from the pack. Then he goes in there in an absolute knockdown, drag him dirty. I mean, his fight with Colby was straight up dirty. These guys are poking each other, they're low blowing each other. It gets all the way to the 5th round. I mean, this was a long, drawn out, gritty fight. And all of a sudden you stand back and go, okay, this guy's really good at fighting. To just share a historical fact with you. The 2 of the biggest stars that Vince McMahon ever had were at the same time, right? Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. They both had belts. It was only a one-time and a one-off that those worlds met, and they both walked out with a belt over their shoulder.
This whole Masvidal character, do all this talking, and you know, I respected Masvidal a lot before, but you know, after years of being in the game, you finally start to get a little shine, and this is how you're gonna do it. This is what you know. Now you're that gimmicky guy. He's got this hype around him now.
The welterweight division right now, after Usman just dominated Tyron Woodley, I was blown away by that fight. It's not just insane that he dismantled him, which is for sure insane, but also his fucking gas tank. Usman was pushing on the pedal for 5 fucking rounds, never let off the gas. He had a fractured foot, so he took a fucking cortisone shot coming into that fight. Imagine that.
Savage.
Imagine that. Did you watch the Colby Usman fight?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was crazy.
Crazy fight.
I thought it was crazy.
That was a wild fight.
I like what you said, you know, even though like even though Colby talk like that, most guys that talk like that and like act like him can't fight, he can't fight.
He can fight. He tricks you. He's carrying around Donald Trump Jr.'s book. He's wearing a MAGA hat. His suit
He's on the same
$3.
page. He's on the same page.
He's not reading. He's not reading that fucking book.
With Colby, that fight was a lot more personal than a lot of people think. You know, obviously with the whole situation with my dad and him saying whatever he said, and I know he, like, people say certain things to try to get you off your game, to try to rattle you, make you mad enough to where you come out and you're just crazy fighting them, and to where you could be the best conditioned athlete and you get in there and get an adrenaline dump. You look like you haven't trained a day. And I'm not stupid. I knew that's what these guys were trying to do. I knew that's what, especially him, he was trying to do, but I wasn't gonna play into that.
You had a very steady pace. It was very interesting. You could see that when you're fighting, like right away in the first round. First of all, his pace is fucking crazy. I mean, that guy throws a lot of volume. But you could tell that you were not gonna blow your water early. You were fighting very measured, very disciplined, and you were throwing a lot of front kicks to the body, man. That front kick to the body's nasty.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought, oh, they're just gonna wrestle each other, but then there came a moment in the fight to where we just looked at each other, and it was just like, no, not today. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It really did turn out to be basically a kickboxing fight.
Mano a mano, let's go.
The 2 of you in Miami, week of the Super Bowl, that was that altercation. What went down there, and you know, what do you think of that whole situation?
There's no beef. I mean, I'm the king of the hill. Why would I have beef with anybody? So
there is a real Jesus. When he baptizes, you go to heaven. Street Jesus, if you get baptized by me, you know where you go, right? Shadow realm, baby.
when you kind of start drinking your own Kool-Aid and thinking you're better than you are, at some point someone's got to humble you.
Usman's gonna get baptized, man. You know, I don't really like this individual.
If he wanted to do something, if you really wanted to smoke, you said it yourself. You have the best sucker punch in the game. I was 5 feet away from you. If you wanted to do something, you could have did it. But he didn't, because he was all talk. Like the little freaking chihuahua he is.
In July, the tiger's out of the cage, I'm hurting somebody.